morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's the first day of spring. I had one of those restless nights last night where I really had trouble getting to sleep. I think it was probably close to 1 before I finally fully nodded off. So that happens from time to time. Anyway, today was Friday, and my first thought this morning was that I was going to grocery shop in the afternoon and try, capturing this morning energy that I have. And I realized pretty quickly that wasn't going to work for me, because the whole time I remembered that the whole time I would be sitting out here in my studio, trying to do my morning routine, I would be thinking about how I had to go to the grocery store right after lunch. So I just went to the grocery store to get it over with. But that did mean that I had seen something in my scrolling early this morning about the actual moment of equinox, where we are like midnight. And then of course I was out and about, and my grocery store is being remodeled on the inside, so it's a nightmare. Like the aisle where they usually have the bread has dog food in it right now, and it's been like that, in there. But they're doing the best they can, and so when I got home and I started thinking, wow, what time was that equinox thing going to be? And I can't even find that on the online right now, which is okay. But what I'm really hoping is that it was it was the moment when I was in line waiting to check my groceries out, and this man came up, and he didn't even have a cart, and he was just standing patiently behind me and smiling. And I hadn't started to unload my cart yet because the woman ahead of me was just finishing, and I just looked at him and I said, well, obviously you have fewer items than I do, so why don't you get in line ahead of me? And he said, it's okay. He said, I was here. I've got a whole big pile of stuff right up there at the end. I got here, and she had already run the whole thing, and I'd forgotten my wallet, so I had to go home and get it. And I said, well, I tell you what, you definitely should get in line ahead of me, okay? So just come on around. And I do this all the time, okay? I mean, it just seems like common courtesy. If I have like a whole big cartload and the person behind me has like 3 things in their cart, it's like, I would rather let you in front of me and use the checker than see you go over to self-checkout. I use self-checkout only if I have to, because I like the people who have jobs. But anyway, so the guy said that, he's like, oh, you're so gracious and you're so kind. And I said what I always say to people. With things the way they are today, there's not much I can do, but I can always do this. And I really live like that. And so I'm hoping, I'm really hoping that moment right there was the moment of the equinox, when everything was aligned between the line between day and night, light and dark, in that very moment, that perfect moment when it was aligned, that I was in a position to do something kind for someone. I'm really hoping it was that. I have decided I'm going to tell myself it was that, whether that's when it was or not. In my Substack searching today, I have come across several things, and I'm hoping that this afternoon will be a big writing afternoon for me. It's the way it's kind of feeling right now. And but in one of the articles, they talked about free writing, and that in general is what I'm doing during this 5 minutes. It's an exercise I used to have the students do in class. I used to have them open up this thing in the online class section that the program we had that managed some of those, the electronic submission things. And I would, I would say, okay, 5 minutes. You write for 5 minutes about anything you want to write about. But the idea is to keep your hands moving and keep the words coming. And if you run out of what you want to say, you just say, I can't think of anything else to write about. I think this is stupid. I don't like doing this. Whatever you want to say. So anyway, I write for 5 minutes. And I free write. And I just kind of let it release. And it's helpful for me. I hope you're finding something that's helpful for you. Okay, so here we go. You know how this works. The only noises outside today are mowing and random birds that seem to be trying to chew on my house. So my husband's coming inside into the workshop. And he must be getting ready to go in the house. Okay, so here's the thing. I take my cup of coffee, I take a drink, and I stop talking. I hope I can write this afternoon. It feels like a writing day. And if not, I really need to do a crafting video, which I could do tomorrow if I don't get to it today. And it's also beautiful, so it'd be a great day for a walk. So many things, so many options. I hope your day is like that as well. Thank you.